Hello, everybody. I'm Roadblock, and we are back on the free to play. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update on everything. So, we're going to start with Wixwell. As you can see, Wixwell is no longer appearing right here, which is where he usually appears while you're waiting to summon him. That's because I did complete it. And we managed to do it with the epic that you guys saw me get in the most recent episode where I pulled shards. So, but I made a massive mistake this morning. One of the first things I always do when I wake up in the morning on a Clan v Clan is try to get us off to a good start, right? And there's a reason here. In my opinion, if I'm able to get my clan off to a good start, then more people are going to be inclined to use their resources. What can sometimes burn a clan is if people wait to use their resources and then the other team catches up or passes us and whatever, and then you think you're going to lose and you don't want to wait. You'll save those for the next personal rewards or something like that, right? So that's something that troubles me. And so I try to get our clan out off to a good head start. Plus, I like to get out to a good head start so I can grab the free rewards here, not those ones, these ones, and use those resources immediately to advance my gameplay, right? It's a bunch of energy, clan gold, stuff like that. I can go in and spend that in the clan shop. I can, do different things with that money and those resources. But the problem was I did that again today, and I told myself not to, not today, but I told myself a few days ago. I was like, I gotta remember not to use those books, and I used those legendary books on your Carl. I just maxed it out. I was in a rush to get out the door, and I wanted to do this before I left, so I used all those books to get those points because they're real quick and easy, and then immediately began fusing Wixwell, only to realize, oh no, what have I done? I no longer have any books for Wixwell, which makes him much weaker. So to be fair, I do need a bit, you need at least 5 if you're lucky, which I'm not going to be. So we're definitely short on our legendary books. Good news is that we're consistently 4-keying Ultra Nightmare, which is going to be one of the best places to get books. And then on situations like today, which I'll fill you in on, we did 4-key again, but we were very close to a 3-key, and then because of Clan v Clan, I'm able to use an extra key, and I wanted to show you guys this because it's just hilarious, and I'm very upset about it. I have another key that I'm going to get in 2 hours, but I need 39.17 million damage. I did 39.13. Like, that is stupid close. But still short. And if you look at the difference, right? Like, here's legendary books, sacred shards, all that stuff. So we need to get back in there on Nightmare. But like I said, we're gonna have another key in 2 hours. I'll pop that before I go to bed, and that will complete. Looks like I'm ready for bed, but yeah, that'll complete Clan Boss, and I'll be able to double dip on those rewards tomorrow. Clan v Clan's going very well. I am on this account 83,000 points in. Most of my day has been spent running Sand Devil because I'm ahead on everything else. And let's talk about why I'm running Sand Devil. Let me go ahead and go to the tournaments page here. Now, obviously, we do have this opportunity for the what's it called? Souls and everything. That's not the only reason why I'm doing it. I think Sand Devil's a great. Well, first of all, you get good points for your energy, quite frankly, with this particular turn attack. For whatever reason, even when I do it on the lower difficulties, I'm still getting a decent amount of points per energy, and the energy requirement for the soul stone is usually not that high. It is quite a bit higher to get these, but those are a pretty decent opportunity. I haven't had a chance to talk about this. I didn't record yesterday, um, mostly due to just kind of a little bit of fatigue. But we do have an opportunity, however small it may be, to get a good soul for Newt, which can be very game changing because Newt we can get Brimstone on, and if we can get Brimstone procs, that's really going to improve our performance in other areas of the game. Um, there's also a chance to get better Geo souls. A Taragi soul could be in there. Even Cryodan could be pretty good for other areas of the game. And Ornn, Ornn is probably a champion that I know I'm underutilizing on this particular account. He's a great solo champion, but I'm not a big kind of fan of that, and there's no particular reason. He's a great champion. He's a great poisoner. He would really help me in pretty much everywhere in the game. It's just not what I'm looking to do. I don't do a lot of solo champions. Like the optimal strategy during these tournaments, like their spider tournaments and stuff, would be, or not spider tournament as much, but for these types of tournaments is to have a solo champion, and then you bring food with that champion. So that champion does all the work. You bring food, and you can double dip, right? Maybe even triple dip in the right scenario. But I've never been a big fan of that. I don't really do that often. I kind of prefer to just put a team of 5 together that's really effective and run that team, and then go do the energy or leveling, in campaign. Now, again, it's not the optimal way, but it's just a way that I tend to do it on both of my accounts, even though I probably do have some solo farm teams on the main account. So, all right. Now, let's see. What else did I want to talk about? So we talked about Clan v Clan. We talked about Clan Boss. Talked about the souls here. I don't really think I'm going to pull any shards for these particular progressive chance events. I've already got the new. And regardless of my mercy, I just don't think there's much sense. Also, my mercy is all kind of all over the place right now on my accounts. Although I do have pretty good mercy for ancients on the main account, which is what I just accidentally got tabbed to as I was playing around with that. But I can't remember who the progressive chance is for tomorrow, but unless it's Kymar, I really don't think there's any non-void legendaries at this point that I'm like desperate to have. So also, well, since I accidentally brought it up, we can talk about my main account. My main account did also complete the Wixwell fusion. So you can see he's not here, and he's going to be way down this list, but we do have him. I don't foresee myself really going for Wixwell. I may have just gone by him. And that's not a knock on Wixwell, I'm going for him, obviously. I mean, I don't see myself necessarily using him on this account. However, there are really starting to be some interesting teams when it comes to buff extension and those mechanics. So I don't know for sure that there are mechanics like that I'm looking to implement, but there are definitely some really interesting teams out there, and I might be able to find some kind of better middle ground team of some kind. So I'm not completely sure, but yeah, I've got him in case I need him. What I got him for on this account was Clan v Clan points, but I also wanted to get him because he's the only champion that does intercept right now, and those types of mechanics sometimes when they introduce new mechanics like that, sometimes they're laying the groundwork for future stuff. So there is that possibility that intercept may prove to be quite useful in the future, and I don't want to ignore that. So, and who knows what kinds of crazy teams may pop up. I do want to do an account or a video on this account soon because I'm really ready to ramp up this account too. Now this account is progressed very far. As far as dungeons go, I have a farm team on 25. I learned today it's not 100%. Previously, I thought it was 100%, and then it was about like a more of a 95%. Actually, no, it ended up being even lower. Ended up being about like a 60%. But I rebuilt it, made it stronger, and I thought I had it back up to 100%. I'd say it's at a 99% now. This is a completely 100% team. Stage 25 Phantom Shogun's Grove. Fire Knight, I haven't bothered to try and push further, but I think I could with the team I use now. Dragon's Lair, I've done 20 or hard 10. I can't farm there. I probably could farm there if I took the time to build a team. Spider, I just haven't took the time to push. Now that I have double Newt, I think that should be easy for me. And same here, I can do stage 10. I don't farm on stage 10, and I probably need to come up with some better teams for those areas. That's what I want to do to progress this account further. And then, you know, Doom Tower, Cursed City is a weak point for me, so I do plan to ramp this up as we get into the summer season, and I'm going to have more free time to play both accounts and to take them seriously, make content in both accounts. I've kind of touched on everything that I really wanted to touch on. There's not all that much to talk about. As far as clan v clan points go, I'll go ahead and get some, you know, actually, I might save some resources this clan v clan. We are massively ahead. Now, we got deranked from the last, we were about tier 3, now we're tier 2. But it does look like we're going to do personal rewards pretty easily. I would love to get up here and get these rewards. So, but I don't think that the 200,000 points is that achievable. When you consider that right now, the current points that I'm at, 83,000, sure, I could get another 17,000 and then I'd be halfway there. But a lot of these are books. A lot of that is, I mean, the energy I've spent so far today. I have some more energy here that I'm getting ready to go spend again doing Sand Devil. But yeah, it's just kind of a tough spot. I don't know that I want to, you know, if we're going to have such a big lead, I'd rather hold on to my resources. Now, that clan may decide tomorrow night, right before reset, that they want to dump all of their resources and burn us. I'll also have a stockpile of resources ready to go to counter that. So likely that will be my plan. So, all right. Well, that's everything I feel like I wanted to talk about. I'm not a huge fan of this event, by the way. I'm not going to go out of my way. I just like doing Sand Devil. That's really the only reason that I did it. We get one chance at a 3-star or higher soul. I'm not going to say no to it. All it did was take a little bit of energy, which I have plenty of. The other thing I wanted to... Now, I did say I was going to end the video, but I really wanted to touch on this, is my resource pool. I mean, I'm still at 2,000 gems. I barely had to touch my gem total, and I was also able to get the epic, which saved me a ton of resources in the long run. Very, very happy with my performance in this particular event, and even, you know, saving my silver here. You can see, didn't have to come down here and do this particular Terex portion. Really, 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 really happy with the way that I was able to do this fusion. And I remember now a topic that I really wanted to talk about. So fusion is all about prep. And I really wish it's really hard to take a look at a 200 plus episode series and find those really definitive moments about it and things like that. But I really do want to point out that while this account has a lot of luck, I've also made my own luck. I've been fortunate enough to pursue some of the riskier events and moments in this game because I've been making the right decisions in other areas. And I mean, you can go all the way back to the very early episodes where I said, I'm going to wait because I might get a Geomancer. And then I pulled a Geomancer and the account changed. And then I say, oh, well, I could level up Ray or I could level up Herndig, but I might get a better legendary. And then we pull Newt, right? So those are just a few examples of kind of what I'm talking about. Preparation for the fusions is key. And there is a lot of grinding, especially when it comes to the champion training portion, which is why I chose to skip that this time using shards. So the grinding portion is sometimes the hardest to do, but there are ways to make that a little bit easier on yourself, whether you're using the queue system, which is definitely an option. Again, I've talked many times about putting brews into your champions before you feed them. That's a huge gain when it comes to leveling. But I think the biggest secret and the biggest reason why I'm able to progress the way that I am on the account now and even take risks now, like double legendary events, is because of the success I've had in Clan Boss. Now, obviously, a big portion of that is due to getting a Geomancer as early as I did. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's anything other than that. Geomancer is incredible. I pulled him early. We could take advantage of that. But there's definitely some decisions made along the way on this account that if you go back and take a look, you'll see some of the really successful decisions that panned out in the long run and are panning out now. The other thing before I go, Doom Tower, I'm starting on normal again, and I really wanted to mention this because obviously I'm capable of doing hard now. We've proven that. Until I got to that room, I was never able to go back and beat that room, but we did get to that room that with the double torments. What I wanted to point out about me doing normal first, and this is something to think about for like a free-to-play account, I think it's better to do normal first. It gives your account more time to get strong enough to push hard. And so what do I mean by that? Okay, let's say I did hard right now, and for the next couple of weeks, I push and push and push, and then I find that double torment room again, wherever that may be. Or a similar room that I cannot progress past. And then I go back and do normal. And now I'm in normal. Right now, this is my focus. This is where my keys go. I'm going to be pushing normal, trying to get it as far as possible. Well, what I like about doing normal first is that this is going to take time. This is going to take, a few weeks to get all the way up to the top. And while that's happening, I can be building my teams, strengthening my gear, strengthening my champions, all those things, so that when I finally do go and do hard, I'll be going into it with an already stronger roster. So maybe my Armands will be stronger by that time. Maybe I have a cleanser by that time, which I will. By the way, we get Mithrala tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that. I'll be doing I'll be showing you guys that live on camera when I pull her tomorrow. Not live, but recorded on camera. And we'll definitely talk about her strengths and weaknesses. Maybe even do some Hydra after we... Well, we got to level her. And I don't know that I'm exactly... yeah, I've got one chicken to get ready to go right now. So I'm a little behind on chickens. But yeah, very, very excited. It's been a minute since I was kind of this pumped about the account. I'm devastated at my use of legendary books. We're a long ways away now from getting Wixwell up and running. I don't think a 4-turn buff extension is gonna be enough. Who knows? Might throw him in and do some test runs, and we'll see what we can do. But we just got to keep grinding with what we know works, and hopefully get some books from Ultra Nightmare. So, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Oh, also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing. It's the best way to support my channel. Thanks, guys.